Well, welcome back. Here we go. Our next guest is a recording artist, a composer, percussionist, and a jazz lecturer at Lehman College. He is the go-to guy. Yeah. And he's here today to speak about how he's navigating the challenges of collaborative virtual performances and to speak about his latest project. So let's do it. Welcome to the show, Allen Molnar. Allen, welcome.
Bob, it is so great to see you again. It's been a while, and thank you for having me.
Well, yeah, I heard that you were the man to go to, and I know that for a fact.
Well, I do my best. Um,
Tell us about what you're working on. I know you have the big challenge there, navigating the challenges of collaborative virtual performances. Tell us about that.
well, I've actually been playing online, performing music online with other musicians at other locations ever since about 2004.
Yeah.
But the technology keeps on changing and it keeps getting better. It's still difficult to navigate much of it, but it is a really exciting, I call it a new edge in music technology because
Yeah.
it combines the high end of technology that is required to be able to perform from different locations over the internet. But at the same time, we have to be able to play our instruments really well. In fact, I think even it's more of an issue than when you're on the same stage with people because
Yeah.
of just the strangeness, I suppose, of the situation you're playing in. But it's incredibly exciting when it works, and when it doesn't work, well, we just keep plugging away.
I know. I was talking to the guys from Take Six, and they were having that same situation. And they harmonize. All have to be tightly knit to harmonize, moving in the same direction for that common cause. And sometimes they had a little situation with it too. So you have the technology.
Well, I do. It's actually becoming more and more accessible. A laptop. I have my iMac that I use. I have a good, strong internet connection, hardwired, which is one of the
Hardwired.
important parts. Yes, and so that's been working really, really well. And I've been able to collaborate with people. Like very recently, just sometimes in testing the waters, just to see if we can connect and everything's working. I've connected with people as far away as 1,300 miles. Now, 500 miles is supposed to be more or less the radius within which you can do this. But it gets on a good day. If the wind is blowing in the right direction, you can extend that quite a bit. So that's something
Yeah.
that's very, very exciting. And keeping the group small, it helps a lot in a lot of ways. I sometimes play drums, I sometimes play vibraphone or my digital vibraphone, which you can see behind me. And
Uh-huh.
all of these things work well for this. But it boils down to musicianship and connecting with musicians like we always do when we're in the same room. It's just that we're on the internet, um, you know, working together through the technology.
Yeah. Now you have an extensive background. Tell us about your work throughout Canada and your experiences with the Latin culture, and you've come all the way through. Tell us about that.
Well, I've been very lucky in this profession. I've gotten to do a little bit of everything I've ever wanted to do. I've been on Grammy and Juno Canadian Juno award-winning albums with Nelly Furtado. I've written jingles for national brands up in Canada for a grocery store. What else have I done? Original music on the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and I've gotten to teach all grade levels as a teacher from uh, elementary elementary school through graduate school.
Yeah.
And so all of these things are really exciting. They're very interconnected, and I feel very fortunate in what my career has brought to me. And now living in New York is another exciting adventure. Being in the Bronx, being able to run an incredible festival and meet all the amazing musicians that I've always looked up to, people from the Fania All Stars and some of the jazz greats here.
Yeah.
It's
Larry Hollow.
I have
Yeah.
I've actually had the privilege of performing with Larry three times. Once was in Toronto with a six-piece Latin band I was playing with. We were a real busy band. In 5 or 6 years, we played about 750 gigs. So it was one of those kinds of things. And Larry was in town performing with one of his groups, and our good friend Jane Burnett, who's a wonderful musician up in Canada, who knows Larry and is very tied into that scene as well, brought Larry and Bobby Sanabria and
Wow.
Edgehill and all these wonderful musicians, and Yomo Toro, I might add, uh, and they sat in with us on our gig there. And then since then, he's called me a couple times while I've been in New York, and it's an amazing privilege, just unbelievable to get to play and get to know him.
Yeah.
You know.
And now people can come and really learn the business a little bit more by enrolling in your class, Lehman College. Tell us about that.
Well, my jazz class and my music production classes are very closely intertwined. And, we are now, especially with the pandemic, in a situation where the technology is just being developed through the roof. It's a real hot market. And it's interesting how the technologies are really changing. For example, when I'm in my office at the college where I've got my drum set, and if I want to record something for one of my production courses, or if I want to record something on drums for my faculty recital, I usually use 7 microphones on the drum kit. Now,
Wow.
I'm going to show you it's not that new, it's about 3 years old, but a new technology, this, which is new to me. This is a microphone system made by Yamaha that will actually record my entire drum kit. And
Whoa.
it also has triggers, so I can use some model sounds on the drum kit as well, and plug and play. It's amazing.
Wait, it's a system, so it has 7 microphones connected to that bunch,
It only has 2 microphones inside,
but it
but
picks up everything.
it picks up everything. It's got a
Yeah.
radius that covers the entire kit, so all the cymbals and the hi-hat and tom-toms,
Oh,
kick
wow.
drum,
That's
it all
great.
works in. I don't know how they put this together, but it's brilliant. And
Technology, baby.
yeah,
Technology.
and what's interesting too, in combination with our phones, because there's software that goes with it, you can
Uh,
literally record yourself, video and audio, with tracks that you plug in on a USB thumb drive, and send it directly up to YouTube as a drum cover if you're so inclined. It's kind of designed for that, among other
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to be able to keep up with these technologies. And as I apply that to my classes, for example, some of the digital software that is available will allow one of my students, for example, if they have a fast enough internet connection, they can sit at home on their computer and record me in my office into Pro Tools or Ableton or any DAW that they're working with.
Yeah.
And likewise, those same technologies work for remote playing together. You can have sessions where there's a bass player and a guitar player and a drummer all
Wow.
playing together, recording together at the same time. It's just unbelievable.
I'm enrolling in your class. New technology. Here we go.
You would be very welcome to be there.
Yeah. So, are there any articles or anything that people can look into, or is it on your website? How can people get more information and find out more about what you're doing?
Well, I'll be posting a series of articles I've been writing over the last couple of months for Canadian Musician Magazine, and
Yeah.
that's a nationally published magazine, still hard copy plus online. And so I'll post my articles on my website, which is percussionstudio.com, and people are certainly welcome to visit me there and be in touch. There's a link to contact me if anyone's interested in learning more about my programs at Lehman College and anything that I'm doing.
You're great. You're the greatest, man. You're the greatest.
Thank you.
People should come, and if you really, really want to learn about the business and learn about music, you're the man. I told you, you were the go-to guy. All right. So how can we get in touch with you if we want to take a class?
Percussionstudio.com is a really good place to find me. It's probably the quickest way to find me,
Yeah.
and but also through Lehman College.
Thank you so much. Allen Molnar, recording artist, composer, and jazz lecturer. Lehman College. We thank you and appreciate you and love you. Allan, that's about it. It's funny how time flies when you're having fun. It's like a Janet Jackson song, but we've got to go. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice and let the choice control the chooser. Remember, whether you say you can or you can't, either way, you're right. All of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you on the radio on 107.5 WBLS. Love you all. Peace.